Nigga!
Hello everybody, my name is Charlie the Scammer with Niggas and Company. And this week we're going to talk about betrayal. Because some of us have been betrayers. And some of us are betrayees. In this story, I'm the betrayee. And I want to just talk about it a little bit. You know, the innocent will be protected, but I don't really care. Because, I'm Charlie, the Scammer, aka Chung-Li, aka Street Fighter. I don't care. So let me just talk about this situation. So I have a bestest friend, like a bestest friend in the whole wide world that I love from here to the moon, to the stars, all the way back on down to wherever I'm at. And she decided that she was going to go and sleep with my ex-boyfriend, aka ex-baby daddy, okay? So let's go ahead and break it on down for the whole betrayal from the start. So, me and my bestest friend in the whole wide world, we've done a lot of things together. Bad, good, scamming, robbing, all type of shit, We were one pea in a pod. Like, we were everything. She was everything to me. I looked up to her. She taught me a lot of things that I did not know. She taught me a lot of games that I did not know. She made sure that I was a well-rounded person, not just book smart, but street smarts as well. So it's a little hard to talk about the story because literally we've been all over the place together. We literally spent the entire summer doing whatever we wanted to do, loving each other, confiding in each other of everything that we've done. And it's a little crazy because for a while I felt like she was the only person that understood me, and I felt like she was the only person to tell me when I was wrong, only person to tell me when I was right, and I valued the friendship. But that all came crashing down because I was in a group of friends. Everybody was talking about everybody. It wasn't like I was just the sole person talking about people, because one thing about Charlie the Scammer is I say things and they're the truth. And I'm gonna say them by you too. When it all hits the fan, I have no problem saying what I said because it's probably true and you probably need to hear it. So we were in a group of messy ass friends and everybody wanted to talk about my business to my boyfriend because everybody I was hanging out with liked my boyfriend. And I should have known my boyfriend was right when he told me all of my friends liked him. He was always right. He asked me why I was even friends with those people because he knew before I knew that they had no good intentions from me. And I never listened to him. I thought he was just being a hater, Later on, it turned out that he was not a hater. He wasn't exaggerating anything. My first cousin, she liked him. We all talked about it. We all knew she liked him, but if it was that serious for her and she couldn't control her emotions, I wouldn't have even started talking to him seriously if I would have knew that this would have caused a big rift in our relationship. Then my best friend in the whole wide world started spilling information that I was saying to her in confidence to him right away. So being the person that I am, I'm not going to talk about it behind your back. I pulled out a phone and I group texted the two parties that I felt like I needed to text. And I said it, and I'm not gonna quote what I said, but I know it was something like this. You guys went back and ran my business to him. It does not matter that you're friends with him now. We have been together since birth. We are family, we are friends, we are blood. There should be no man that should be able to come and penetrate your mind and be able to get all the information that he needs about me from you. Period. And I told them, I'm not fucking with y'all. Now, if I just text you in a group so that way nobody could go back and say, oh, she said this, she said that. You know what I'm saying? I text them both at the same time because at the end of the day, y'all had me fucked up. You went back and told my business to a man. Mind you, you guys have only been knowing this man for about a couple years. So it's not like he's somebody who grew up in our neighborhood with us. And when I text them that, they instantly text him to tell him how much they loved him. they were, I guess, trying to confront him, and then was saying like, you'll always be our brother, we'll always love you, we'll always this, that, and the third. And I'm like, so if you weren't spilling my business, why did you text him to tell him all of that shit? So after all of that happened, the relationship crashed and burned. I was at my mom's house because she had had surgery, she was sick and things like that. Mind you, her and my best friend are still Facebook friends. You knew that my mother was in surgery. You knew that she was sick. You never once reached out to her. But my sister catches who? My best friend and my ex-boyfriend are riding down the street together. He was driving, which means he's fucking. That's pretty much what that means, because I know what it means. He does it to all his bitches, whatever. But the whole crazy part about it is that she seen my sister. She didn't speak to my sister. My kids was there. She didn't speak to the kids. None of that. My whole question is, what would make a person who's so close to you, who you've literally had stories of gross stories, amazing stories, money stories. I mean, we have a million stories. We can go ahead and shoot the stories out there because, I've been threatened with, I'm going to expose your whole past. But, I keep text messages and I keep a lot of things and don't care. It's just like, what would make a person feel like it's okay to be as close and thick as thieves with you, and then they turn around and date somebody that, not only that you've dated, and I think people underestimate when they say a boyfriend. When I laid eyes on this man, I had staked claim to him. He was my man the day that I met him. We were in the process of making a baby together and all type of shit, and she knew that. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew that we were in love. Everybody knew that he treated me different than he had ever treated any other girl in his life. And what's funny about it is that she was willing to throw away every single thing that we had just to be able to say she sat in the car with him, rode around with him, and gave him some money. I mean, is it that serious? Like, is there no other man in the Bay Area that you could have chose to do that shit with? And it hurts for me because she had something that was like life-changing, where she could have lost her life. And the things that he had said about her broke me down, and it hurt me in the core, because I remember being on my living room floor, and I was crying and I was praying to God that everything would be okay with her and he would bring her out of the situation. Because just for those couple months that I felt like I had lost her for the rest of my life, I was a mess. I was in tears. I was crying. I was devastated. Yeah. So the things that he was saying, it really kind of fucks me up, because I'm like, how could a person that I care about so much literally go behind my back and go and get like the one person that she already knew that I truly loved? Like, there was nothing that he could do wrong except for that. But I'm not as mad at him as I am at her, because at the end of the day, I know what type of person he is. I know why he's doing it, because he's already spoken about certain things in regards to her and the way that she is and what he would be with her for. I'm not worried about it, because at the end of the day, in the equation, he doesn't matter. But her, it hurts my soul. And at first, when I thought about it, I said, it's a joke. Like, it's not even that serious. Y'all were just brother and sister, like, a couple months ago. And now y'all are riding together, kicking it. You roll past me like it's nothing. And I know there are other people who have some crazy betrayal stories out there. I never understood true betrayal like this until I got older, and it happened to be her. And she's done it to other people before, and she justifies why she should be able to do it. I feel like anybody who's a betrayer, you should listen to people around you, because if you hurt one person, then it's like, oh, okay, like, you're tripping. You hurt two people, it's like, all right, you kind of borderline, you wrong. But three people, you have to check yourself, and you have to say, you know what, the way I'm moving is just not right. It's not okay. And I've literally hurt somebody who actually loves and would do anything for me in this world. I think a lot of people should sit here and they should think about the shit that they do and the way that they move, because you're thinking about it's just a nigga. But that might have been somebody's husband, somebody's baby daddy. My son still calls that man his stepdad. So the hurt, it just keeps getting rehashed open when my child asks about him. But he's riding with my child's auntie. How do I explain that to him? From my take of the betrayal, the only thing that I can personally say is I cannot take it personal because it's been done before. But I can say this, and I could sit here sitting up straight. Me and her will never be cool again. And ladies, I know how people say that, oh, women don't forgive each other and they're so hard on each other. But if somebody shows behavior like that and they love you, can you imagine what else they'll fucking do to you? Can you imagine how when you get back into the swing of being friends with them and things like that, and then they see other shit that they want from you and how far they're willing to go to get that shit? I don't care who fucking tells me what. I wish her the best in life, but I will never be cool with her. She will never ever be able to speak to me without me trying to violate her. And I don't feel like I'm wrong for feeling that. Just because of how close we were, how we've grown up together from fucking birth. Anybody who chooses to take the high road, more power to you. Because I'm not all the way there yet. That shit, it still hurts. Maybe in a year or two, I'll be able to look that way and keep it moving. But as long as she doesn't speak to me, because I feel like anybody who will do that to you and speak to you as if it's okay and it's cool, I can't be affiliated with that. I expect to get my ass whooped for doing stupid shit like that. Because I'm grown as fuck and I know better. And anything that I do and I take a chance with, I take that chance with knowing that somebody's not going to fuck with me anymore. Somebody's going to cut me the fuck off. And you have to be secure in that to say, you know what, I'm willing to cut all my friends off by moving this way. But you also got to think about when people see you make them moves, you think that they're excited and they're happy because, oh, I got the juice, this, that, and the third to make that person do that. Nah, they're looking at you funny too, because you just cross motherfuckers who love you. So I told my betrayal story, and I want to know how many of you guys have betrayal stories. Feel free to leave them in the comments, or you can DM them to me. Y'all can call me on Instagram, and I'll actually answer the phone to hear y'all stories. Because I want to know what y'all would do if y'all were me. Like, I want to know what your reaction is. Like, because I've literally never had to deal with something on this type of level, this type of betrayal before. And it hurts. And don't get me wrong, I've had people who talk to other people that I've talked to before. That's not a problem, because people come a dime a dozen. But it just hurts a little bit more when the person is so near and dear to your heart and they know that somebody else is near and dear to your heart too. So, thank you for tuning in. I am Charlie the Scammer, and you have been watching Niggas and Company.